Suppose I want to do something about alleviating poverty and reach out to have a global impact. Maybe I've heard that online microfinance is a good way to accomplish that. So I take a look at some of the sites that will let me make loans to help people in the developing world start a farm or a small business or fund their education. One well-known option is Kiva.org. Kiva disperses loans through local intermediaries who often charge high interest rates to borrowers that can get some people caught in a debt cycle as interest piles up. That doesn't sound like the best way to help people out of poverty. Zidisha is another good option. Zidisha doesn't charge interest, which is better for the borrowers, but it means Zidisha doesn't have any excess money to pay lenders back if a borrower doesn't pay their loan, so lending with Zidisha is much more risky. What I want is an option that will let me make sure that I'm going to have a positive impact and also get paid back. Introducing GiverBot. When I lend my money to GiverBot, some of my money is allocated to microloans to people in the developing world through an interest-free platform like Zidisha. Since these loans are risky and not all borrowers pay their money back, GiverBot has a way to make up for these losses. GiverBot has a machine learning algorithm analyze market data and invest my money and money from other lenders in a portfolio of stocks and index funds that will make just enough returns to offset the losses from the microloans. This way, my money keeps having a positive impact for as long as I leave it in the fund, and on average, it never diminishes. After a minimum of 2 years, I can withdraw my money from the fund, getting back up to the amount that I originally lent. Or I can just leave it in the fund and let it be recycled again and again and again, changing lives across the globe each time. Now, you may be wondering whether GiverBot's algorithms will really be able to pick a good portfolio of investments. GiverBot will use biologically inspired learning algorithms to predict market behavior. Even though GiverBot's algorithms are still early in development, they already show promising results. This graph shows the price of SPY, an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, over the past 500 days. This data was fed to GiverBot's algorithm one day at a time in a simulation. For each day, based on the past 90 days of price data it had seen, the algorithm had to guess whether the S&P 500 would go up or go down over the next month. Red dots indicate places where the algorithm predicted a drop in price 30 days beforehand. You can see that the algorithm correctly predicted many dips in price a full month in advance, and only had one major false alarm, even though it had never seen this dataset before. There will be a lot more work and research to do before this algorithm is ready to handle real money, but it's a good start in the right direction and helps show that new biologically inspired machine learning techniques really can have some power to predict market behavior. So how does the algorithm do this? To give a simple overview, the algorithm works a bit like an immune system. The algorithm is first exposed to a bunch of little segments of price data, and is told which ones came before a bad month for the market and which ones came before a good month for the market. Then it generates a bunch of digital antibodies, and picks only the ones that bind to segments that came before bad months, but not to segments that came before good months. Then, when it's given a new segment of data, if those antibodies it picked bind very strongly to the new data, the market is more likely to go down. If the antibodies don't bind strongly, it's more likely to stay the same or go up. You can think of it like having an allergic reaction to a market that's about to go down. I hope I've convinced you that GiverBot has real potential to have a positive impact on the world, and that the machine learning approach that underlies it is very powerful and will only improve with more research and testing. Support GiverBot in making perpetually sustainable interest-free microfinance a reality. Thank you for listening.